Hi, and welcome to Paper Route Scrapbooking. I'm Nadine, and today I'm starting with a sketch from the 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, Series 18. Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be playing along with 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, and we are on Series 18 this June, which is super exciting. I want to say a big thank you to Christy for organizing the series, and all of the sketches are sent to Christy specifically to be used for the series. So if you like to be inspired by sketches, you can head on over to the Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Facebook group. And if you click on the albums button, you can find all 18 series worth of albums, and then in the comments of those sketches you can find people's interpretations, so there is tons of inspiration over there. The link to that is in the description of this video, along with the link to the collaborative playlist where the scrappy YouTubers who are using these sketches from Series 18 can add their videos, and viewers like you can watch a variety of interpretations of the sketch. So I hope you'll click on that as well. Today is day 3, and our sketch creator is Valerie Spencer. You can find her on Instagram at scrappy_librarian. I will have her information linked in the description box as well. And we're just going to go ahead and jump right in. So I am going to be starting with this roadside attraction today. That's what I'm working on through 30 Days of Sketches, is my roadside attractions photos. And this one was very random. I couldn't find a ton of information on it. It was one we saw on our way back from the States. We were driving through Montana, and we came across this little, it was just like on the street corner. It was a fishing rod with a fish on the end of it. And yeah, so it was Troy, Montana, in case anybody's interested. I don't have a ton of information, so not a lot of journaling, but so I won't need this giant journaling space, but we're going to do something with that. So this is the supplies that I pulled out. Was this, I do collect some fishing supplies just because I have a son who loves fishing and will occasionally send me pictures of his fishing endeavors. So I have, first of all, this stack, I guess, of, it must have been a fishing collection, but from the early days of scrapbooking. Now, yes, I was scrapbooking back in the days. I used to scrapbook 8.5 by 11 all the time with these thinner papers that were offered at the time. However, this is not from that. This was given to me by a friend of my husband's whose mom wasn't scrapbooking anymore, and so she passed on her scrappy supplies to me, and this was one of the things I decided to keep because it had fishing stuff on it. So I kept that, and it also came with these paper piecing. Does anybody remember these? Oh my gosh, forever ago, right? So we would cut them apart and then we would paper piece them together. So these things make this guy, right? These things make this bag. These things will make this fishing dude. So I might do a little bit of that. I definitely want to do this one. I think that I can definitely make use of this. I'm thinking it can go like across the bottom of this space here. And then we will see where it goes from there. I think I'm going to use this bigger piece from, I do also have a few sheets. I didn't buy the collection kit, but I have a few sheets from Call of the Wild. Some are just like the cardstock pieces, so I think I must have got this on sale somewhere. I'm thinking like something like this to start off with. I think this would be fun. And then I'm thinking like they have these cut aparts I could probably use for journaling. And then I also pulled out, I had a couple of the Call of the Wild ephemera packs as well. One was ephemera and one was frames and tags. And I pulled out a few things that were fishing related, and then a place to put my date, so I thought that would be helpful. And yeah, so that's where we're going to start. We have those few little embellishment pieces, some paper piecing to get through. Most of this stuff was more about camping than fishing, like on the cut apart cards, so most of it wasn't what I needed for today, but we're going to roll with it. It's going to be awesome. We will start with this. I'm going to cut off the branding strip. Do I want the red side? I'll try both. Okay, so I'm going to cut off the branding strips of those. And I think with this one, I'm going to cut it down to 11.5 by 11.5. Okay. So I could put this onto the red or the dark green. I like both, but I think this goes better with my photo. There's a lot of green in that photo, but the red would pull out the reel on there. No, I like the green better with the photo. Okay, so that is what we're going to go with. Then we are going to mat our photo onto something. So I'm just going to pull back that sketch so everybody can have a watch. And I'm thinking maybe, will this fit on one of these? It sure will. Okay, I also have this one that looks like it was cut into at some point. It's a glue. That's nice too. Maybe I'll start with the scraps. That's always a good idea, right? So we'll do 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Okay. Now, we also have these, I guess I don't need to pull it out. We also have these diamond kind of pieces across here. I'm guessing maybe like a 2 by 2 square turned on its side. So let's see what we can find with that. We could use, again, I have some scraps. So I have this one. So what if we did, actually, you know what would be good is if I did these, because they have all those colors. I'm going to do a 2 1/4. Maybe I need a 3 by 3 square. Yep, I think so. Too small. Okay, so now we have the diamond pieces across the top there, and we need one more for the center. Which one should I bring in? Okay, so we have our 3 diamonds across the top, our photo. Here for the journaling, I am going to type up some journaling. I'm thinking I'm going to pick a journaling card from those Call of the Wild bits. And I'm thinking, let's see, I could use this one or I could use this one. I kind of think the green, this one matches better, so I'm going to go with that one. So we'll cut into this. Okay, so we have our 3 diamonds across the top. We have our photo block. We have our journaling block. I need a spot for my date, which I think I'm just going to tuck like down under here somewhere. And then here is a good titling piece. I think I grabbed a couple. I could either use Gone Fishing or this one's bigger, so I think I'll probably go with this one. Life is better when you're fishing. So that one can go back. And yeah, so I think that's kind of the basics of the layout. So I'm going to pause the camera. I'm going to glue stuff down. I'm going to ink my edges. I picked out the vintage photo distress ink for today, and I'm going to ink the edges, type up the journaling. I'm going to fussy cut some of my images from my paper piecing bits. So I am for sure going to go with the these cattail pieces are going to go down along here. And then I'm going to probably grab some of the dragonflies to go around the page. I don't know if I'm going to use this guy or not, but we will check it out. Okay, so hang on, I will be right back. All right, so I went ahead and fussy cut that whole sheet of like cattails and river foliage, and I layered it all up under this journaling card, and I really love how it looks. So that's where I, this is the butterflies in the sketch, but I put foliage there. And then I felt like her photo was a little bit lower, but mine was already like glued down. And so I took a strip from one of those 8.5 by 11 sheets that had some border strips on it, and I put that underneath my photo. I stamped my date. I did print my journaling onto the journaling card and matted it with some navy blue. I had a scrap of navy blue from a previous layout that I'd done, and I matted this in the same navy blue, so that worked out kind of nice. And then I've also fussy cut out the dragonflies. A couple of them, or one of them, was from the same sheet as this, and then the other ones were from the sheet with the bear on it. And then I went to my little wood veneer bin, and it took me a really long time to choose an item, but I went with butterflies because I felt like I had 2 and 2, and I wanted a third element in here. And then I added another butterfly down here. So I think what I have left is I want something on either side of this kind of looking like it's holding it down, sort of a thing. And so I grabbed these gems. I thought I could put one on either side of that little titling sign that I got from the ephemera packs. One here and one here. And then maybe I can put one tiny one down here just so that there's 3 by my butterfly. Okay, so now I have something there, and I'm just going to add some enamel dots, and I think we're good to go. I did ink all of the edges of all of these little cut apart pieces and all of the papers in the Vintage Photo Distress ink. And I grabbed these ones. These are like from a baby line from Echo Park, but I felt like the colors went nicely with this or I guess, I don't even know if it's a collection, with these papers. A kit, I guess, I put together. Okay, so I think I'm going to put a little cluster of enamel dots maybe up by this date would make sense, right? And over on this side, and then this lighter blue color. There we go. Okay, so I think that is the finished layout for me. So a big thank you to our sketch designer today, who is Valerie Spencer, and you can find her on Instagram. I will link her account below. And don't forget to go check her out and give her some likes and thank her for creating a sketch for 30 Days of Sketches. And then if you are here from the 30 Days of Sketches playlist, I just want to say thank you so much for spending time on my channel. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope that you'll come back again sometime. And I think that's it for today. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down below, and I'll get back to you just as soon as I can. And I hope you all have a great day. Bye for now.